on an all-new episode of Primitive Strength.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Strongman episode. I'm your host, Primitive Paul, and today we're going to be doing somewhat of like my version of a pull day for Strongman, kind of. You'll see what I mean in a second. So today we're going to be doing, I'm going to start with some front squats, and then I'll be moving on to modified pull-up, which you'll see in a minute. And then I'm going to be doing some natural Atlas stones onto a platform, and then I will finish with doing a little bit of curls and some ab work. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to start with the front squats. I'm going to film my warm-up set, and then I'm going to film the last 2 sets that I do today. I'm going to do 5 sets total, so there's 3 that's going to be off camera. And then moving forward, I'm going to do 4 sets of everything, but I'm only going to film the last 2. Alright, let's get into it.
Hey guys, post-production Primitive Paul here. Now you're probably wondering once again how I'm going to accurately re-rack this bar back onto the thing. Well, you know what? I'm honestly not entirely sure, but there's one thing that I know that I'm good at, and it's just winging it. So let's see what happens. Bam!
So, second from last set, I'm going to be going at 135. The shirt is off because it is hot in here, and once we go outside, it's going to be even more hot. So let's hop to it. Holy shit. Last set, and then we'll move on outside to modified pull-ups. Okay, so that is the first 3 sets of modified pull-ups that I did, and let's move on to the next 2. So just a quick little side note, if you don't do any kind of pull-ups, I highly recommend this form of modified pull-ups. All I'm basically doing, as you could see, is I'm just elevating my legs onto a platform and doing the pull-ups that way. It makes it a little bit easier. I recommend them for people that can't do a pull-up. They're either too intimidated by doing a pull-up or they're not strong enough to do it. I highly recommend that you try this form of a modified pull-up. It's gonna help you work towards being able to do pull-ups. For me personally, I can do maybe like 2 or 3 pull-ups, but after that I'm totally shot. So this is helping me work up towards being able to do a solid working set of pull-ups. So definitely try them out if you don't and you're unable to do pull-ups. Okay, so last set of pull-ups and then we'll move on to the natural Atlas stones. At least I think that's what you would call them.
Hey guys, post-production primitive Paul here. Now you're probably thinking to yourself right now, it'd be pretty funny if this guy's grip was to slip and he fell flat on his back. But you know what? Maybe my safety is more important than your petty sense of humor, okay? So just think about that next time you think ill will of somebody else.
All right, fellas. So next we're going to be doing the natural Atlas stones, or at least that's what I call them, onto a platform, or at least so that's what I call it. So this guy, I believe, weighs 136, but 136 pounds. But I'll put it on the screen, and I'm going to be lifting it up onto the platform 5 times. I've already done 2 sets at this guy at 5 reps, so I got 2 more to go. All right, so last set with the natural Atlas stones. It's absolutely crazy just how fast the lifting the stone onto the platform just zaps you of your energy. It's just that initial like strength of having to pick it up and get it up onto your lap. For whatever reason, it just zaps me. So, but I highly recommend again anybody to try this. I think it's awesome being able to work out outside with free equipment. It's great. So give it a try if you can. Let's go. I'm counting that as a rep. All right, guys. So I just underestimated how high I had to lift the stone, and when I went to like let it go, because I thought it was on top, it clearly wasn't, and it just slid down my leg. So I'm fine. I'll show you the aftermath real quick. That's all. A little bit of bruising. So nothing major. So I'm good. So last thing that I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna do curls into abs, so just supersetting them. One thing that you would notice is like I do implement different like strongman exercises into my routines, but I'm not necessarily always going to do solely strongman stuff. Working out from my house, I'm very limited on what resources I have to work out, so I basically just have to use with what I got. So that's kind of why like I do basically a hybrid of everything. And honestly, at the end of the day, what's most important to me and what should be most important to anybody that works out is that you're doing movements that you enjoy. Because at least for me personally, it gives me the longevity that I need to continue being consistent at the gym. So I recommend anybody that's trying to get into the gym or isn't consistent enough at the gym, do movements that you enjoy. It's going to go a very long way. So even if it doesn't make sense as a workout scheme or anything like that, at the end of the day, if you're getting out, you're exercising and all that jazz, you're doing the right thing. So all right, let's move on to our last two sets. Right, so second from last set, curls into abs.
Curls for the girls, am I right, guys? Anyways, post-production Primitive Paul here. Just look at Primitive Strength over here. He's not doing anything right. First of all, okay, he's not swinging excessively. He's not grunting really loud. And most importantly, he's not looking around to make sure that the girls are even watching. Don't listen to this guy, okay? I don't think he knows anything of what he's doing.
All right, so last set, and I gotta say, after what seems to be like what little I did, I'm absolutely gassed. I'm sweating, I'm winded, I'm tired, my legs feel like they're jelly right now, so ready to get this last set over with, so let's do it. All right, guys, that is it for this episode of Strongman. I genuinely appreciate if anyone's made it this far. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Today's been absolutely exhausting. With all the things that I've done, it's exhausting, but it's a lot of fun. And being able to film it on top of that adds in a new challenge for me. It makes it more interesting, but it's also more draining for me. So, but it's all part of self-growth for me, and I hope that even a few people see this and they enjoy watching it. So if you made it to the end of this video, I really, really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next episode.